weird principal walking down the hallway.
I want to thank Senior Bully for always being really personable and caring about the students, and also providing a really good learning environment and teaching us a lot.
There I go. Yep. Shout out to Miss Weeks for making my day a positive one. Hi Frau, I just want to thank you for 3 great years of German and being the best teacher you could be.
I'd like to give a shout out to Mr. Jorgensen for being simply the best English teacher I've pretty much had in my school career.
Thank you, Mr. Worley, for being a great English teacher.
Thanks, Mr. Strohmeyer, for being the bomb diggity. Thanks to Mr. Patterson for being the bomb diggity-er. And thanks, Mr. Folsom, for being the dopest Espanol teacher. And thanks, Mr. Van Vart, for being cool at math. Thanks, Mr. Savage, for being straight savage.
Shout out to Mr. Brandt for being an amazing choir teacher. We'll miss you next year.
Thank you, Ms. Peters, for making math really easy on the first day in a long time.
Hey, Ms. Storsovich, thank you for being a good history teacher.
My shout out is to specifically Shelley Bully for being a great mentor as I transitioned to Wauk-Off and helping me survive my first year as a teacher. So that's awesome, as well as the rest of my department, just keeping me going.
I'd like to give a shout out to Mr. Twig for being with me for all 3 years of high school and encouraging me to do better.
Mr. Bailey.
This is a shout out to Amanda Weeks. I'm going to miss you terribly next year. You've been a good friend and good colleague, and you made a really big difference for the kids that you work with. But I also know you're going to do that in your new home, and I think this will be a great move for you. So congratulations. It will be the worst for having missed you, but somebody else can benefit from your presence. Thanks.
Hi, Miss Llewellyn. I just want to say thank you for being a nice teacher, and I also want to thank that you're an amazing person for what you're doing, and I've been so happy to have you, so thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Worley, for dealing with my sassiness, and thank you to JPAT for helping me expand my views on music.
Hey everyone, I really want to just give a shout out to my PLC this year. I feel like we've made some really great strides in our project-based learning and also in our literacy standards, and I think that it was a really awesome experience. I know I personally grew a lot from it, so shout out to the history team for their help in that.
Thank you, Vita, for making my transition here easier, and thank you, Mrs. Wright, for always being there for me.
I'd like to give a shout out to Mr. Jones. Dr. Skidmore.
Yeah.
Because he's a fun teacher.
Thank you, Mr. Patterson, for influencing my music career, and thank you to Mr. Worley for making English fun.
I'd like to give a shout out to all of our first year to Wauk-Off teachers. It's really been a great year welcoming all of you. You've been a great addition to the building.
Shout out to Worley Duck for putting a smile on my face every day.
Thank you, Mr. Twig, for all you've done this past 4 years. I've really enjoyed being in your advisory.